BTR lineup instead of Pamela because they don't have a lot of time to train their synergy and put it in together. So starting off with the draft, we got the first Fanny pick, Bigetron Alphaa banning out the Hilda, Matilda, and the Yve. On the other side, Onic PH banning out the Juicing, Granger, and the Harith, really focusing their firepower onto Iman. They want to give Kalra an easy time picking up that Moskov as well as the Hylos.
If anyone doesn't know who Pamela is by this point, clearly is Light. But it's more importantly is, first of all, we talk about the Badang. Isletru hasn't been picked so far.
That's
we
right.
talked about teams trying to answer the Fanny. Onyx Philippines clearly have a way to do so.
Exactly. This is not a...
Oh, here it comes. Badang was sort of like one of the BTR picks in the challenge stage, right?
Correct.
Masha, Akai,
Indonesian teams in general.
Yeah, I know Renma talks a lot about the Akai as well, and there is still room for it, right? They even take away Super Princess Loi.
So with that said, a lot of steals from Bigetron Alphaa, a lot of picks that Onic PH clearly let them get. What's the play here for the M6 World Champions? They picked up a Hylos, still very good in the current metagame. The Moskov, a reliable pick. Usually we've seen Kelra on the Irithel more often in the past 3 months. Onic PH, I reckon they gotta pick a jungler here. Unless they're fine with...
The Immortal One chose...
Yeah, the Suyo is a safe pick. You don't want to go with the Joy because the Badang actually just locks down that Joy really easily. The perma stun, once you get 2 dashes off, you can't get your third because Badang is right in your face.
Can I say I know the beast? Here's the thing. The 3 picks for Onic right now don't care about getting locked in to the fist break.
The fist break, fist crack.
No, crack is the ultimate.
Fist crack, crack is the ultimate.
So this is the break. So look, the Hylos, I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me, right?
Yeah.
You have the Moskov who can just dash away, and then the Suyo. Good luck catching the Suyo!
Good catching King Kong.
Yeah, but you gotta catch the Fanny as well.
That's what they don't have yet. Like
you need a
hard
really
catch.
Hard lockdown.
So far, these are all soft catches to the Fanny.
I mean,
probably look at Kirk too.
From a Filipino, I just want to ask, like, what is Onic PH playstyle? Do you play it around Kalra, just play a little bit more passively around that, and wait for him to scale up, get his power spikes, and then go in as 5?
I love that you're asking me this as a non-Filipino, because that is the mistake a lot of teams think. It's like, oh, you just gotta shut down Killer, just take him down.
Yeah, because that's what it looks like. Yeah. That's kind of what it looks like.
That's the beauty of it. It's such a facade. It's such a great feint, because truly, you're facing 5 dudes who know exactly what they need to do.
That's right.
At any point in time, King Kong, Super Prince, and Kirk might as well finish the job. Any of them can do it.
And it's something that I think Mirko did say on one of his streams. He was like, you are not just looking at Kalra or King Kong as an individual, right? You might as well be playing against 5 King Kongs or 5 Kalras when you're up against Onic PH. In this case, I do like kind of the pivot towards the carry ban. You know, it's just a small change to the speed of the light wheel, but it does allow Onic PH to have this Hylo survive longer. The glue gets banned out as well. When we talk about needing a hard answer to the Fanny, are we looking at Kirk right now?
Oh yeah, for sure. We don't even know if Kirk might be playing the Hylos here.
Yeah.
There might come a pick here that doesn't mind answering the Lu Yi. You still need to think of an answer to the Lu Yi. So when you say an answer to the Lu Yi, you want something that can like have CC on demand or like ways to check the bushes. I'm looking at Super Prince right now. The Eve just got banned. The Vixana was. That means
you could go for the Cho again. Don't know if like Briscoe wants to go for Cho to get a little bit more early game lockdown and intelligence around the reconnaissance of the jungles. Or Kirk, you could throw it both ways as well.
You need an Aurora or a Farsa.
Well, Farsa, yeah.
Yeah, the Farsa seems pretty good, but like
what about the
it's easy for the Fanny to get back line.
My magic flows is freely
or Veil!
We've seen this a couple of times, a Veil pick into not just Fanny, but overall a lineup that demands a bit longer range in terms of being able to dish out the damage and provide utility.
My lady's been playing a lot of Veil.
Yeah.
And even in her hands, right? She started playing in like March last year. So good! So good. What more in the hands of the Monster Mage? What more at the peak of play?
I mean, we experienced what Veil can do yesterday in our games.
That's right.
It's an instant delete button, so Bruno for Eamon, so BTR is going to get that one. It definitely got bumped down a little bit, right? They reduced his attack range, but with the core item, he's still a menace. Gatot Kacha as the final pick for BTR.
I think it's still flex right here, right? Gato could go EXP or Roam, depending on how they want to play this. But Badang Roam would work as well. I think it does a little bit better than the Gato.
I agree.
In that respect, just because you have stuns all the way from like level 1. Your first skill is able to do that. The Cho is going to get picked up for Brusco, so that's going to be the answer, the lockdown onto that back line. You want to take Super Kent, or you want to get the Loi out of the way. Moreno will be a non-factor in this fight. But then again, I'm not sure if the Cho alone is enough. You have the Moscow to shut that Fanny down into walls, but is it enough?
Not the Moskov alone.
Yeah.
I like that there's like 3 or 4 different soft answers to the Fanny. So I think, you know, Coach Hayes, Coach Tony walking away saying, yeah, we gave our players enough. I think they're going to hold their head up high, confident with that first pick trade there.
This is going to be the appetizer to what might be one of the greatest series for an opening, right, on this stream. Be it Bigetron Alphaa against Onic Philippines. We've seen that Fanny being led through. We've seen Onic Philippines in the zone, feeling really confident.
For the opener of Snapdragon Pro Series Challenge Finals, this is the group stage. It's Season 6. We've been doing this a few years now. Bigetron Alphaa facing off against the M6 World Champions in Onic Philippines.
We're gunning into the Land of Dawn. We're right. Badang is actually playing in the wrong position. We'll see how this plays out because we've been talking about this Badang quite a bit. The first skill with a knockback with the mini stun is able to do so much, especially within the jungle. So Onic Philippines needs to be a little bit more passive, but that leaves that top side in 2 tanky boys, someone that, you know, a little bit less mobile in terms of these teamfight engages, but this is a pro level match that we're talking about.
Checking out this matchup, Kirk and Luke. I wish it was a more action-packed matchup of XP lane, because that's what I was thinking Badang would go there, but again, this is Coach Etomax now at the helm. He knows their play better, and we'll see how it pays off. Check out the emblems here. I don't think there's anything out of the ordinary. More often you're seeing this super Prince build on mages in their emblems. Moreno now acknowledging the monster mage.
Yeah. The Super can't win the Weapon Master though, so taking down the jungles will be a little bit hard. Getting the cables out just in the nick of time before Brusco knocks him up, but in the mid side, Light taking a little bit too much damage. He will live to tell the tale another day. As Onic Philippines looking to ramp up the aggression coming in.
Oh, look at that. I call that a TKO. Sending home Light just in time for him to recalibrate, recuperate. Now coming in, Super again. Again, I haven't seen this Fanny cross the river as much. Is it just me? Or is Bigetron Alphaa still reading how much Onic Page is letting them through?
I think they're getting a little bit more patient as the turtle's starting up. Looks like it's going to be going into the hands of King Kong for this one. No engage, no starting of the fights from Bigetron Alphaa. That's a lot of damage taken by Light itself. The spear will not land as Light gets to safety with a sliver, a pixel to bat.
You know what else did not happen? The use of the retribution.
Oh, they're all coming in.
This orange.
There's 4 members coming in. Luke comes in. He jumps in with the AOG, but it's not enough. He's getting targeted right now. Onic Philippines, they're trying to get what they can and get out, but the rest of Bigetron Alphaa, they're standing in the way. They're building a wall. They're pushing them away, keeping Super Kent's buff safe. They touch and they go. As Onic Philippines, their aggression is showing in the 2nd minute of the game.
See, this is the beauty of Onic Philippines. They're so good at their mechanics. They understand exactly how much and what it takes to get the job done, that King Kong knows that he shouldn't have retried and forced the orange steal, because that would have been a great punish from Bigetron Alphaa, given that they are rocking again this early build Badang. The fact that you put it in Rome means he understands that he's just a CC machine.
Yeah,
like,
I want to add a point to that. Onic Philippines is so mobile. Every single one of the heroes in Onic Philippines, they're really high dashy heroes. They're able to just come in, do a little bit of damage, and get out just in the nick of time. You also have Kaora who can come in anywhere with SOD. So that's a very strong lineup in the early game for Onic Philippines. But coming into the late game, we hyped up Badang a lot. But in this game, Badang doesn't really have a lot. But Super can, no way to run or cable out as Onic Philippines taking control of Bigetron Alpha's jungle.
Kirk Getting out of here. The jump from Luke.
The AOG knocks up 2, but it's not enough. Brusco tries to knock off the back line from getting into it, but Kirk gets taken down by Moreno. Brusco's next on the chopping block. Whoa, will be able to get out safe, but not for long. As Luke is saying, no way, Jose.
That's the punish we're talking about. In tight spaces like that, if you give Bigetron Alpha an inch, they will take a mile, and that'll help them score the second turtle of game number 1. Onic PH, here's the beauty again of the space that they had, given how much Bigetron Alpha committed to that punish. They know what the next step is. Luckily, for BTR, the next step is a slow step, because the third turtle, very important for both these teams. Look at how now Onic has to recover. What that next step is, I reckon, is to play from long lane. We haven't really seen them visit the top lane as much, and that means it's now up to Eman and Kelra. Oh man, it's gonna have to come down to Eman and Kelra. Coming down to Eman and Kelra, where that power spike is gonna happen and who's gonna draw the first blood. Oh no!
Oh, that's yin yang reaction. Super Prince gets locked down by Luke with AOG, knocking up 1. Kirk is blocked by that. Whoa! That's the power of the Badang, but no damage is enough to take Kirk down. But for now, though, the power of Badang is coming into play. The stuns, the micro stuns, the perma stuns coming in from Light is coming to fruition. There's 3 and 2 for Bigetron Alpha. A little bit economies away from Onic Philippines, but it's starting to show. Their aggression is starting to ramp up as well to match that jungle aggression from Onic Philippines. I just want to see how Super Ken is able to play around this Fanny, because it does look like 0-2-0. Not a very strong start.
So you see now how Bigetron Alpha preempted that rotation up top. You see how they were ready to welcome Onic PH when they weren't ready. And now I'm thinking Super Friends. You gotta protect Super Friends a little bit more. Yes, you are a frontline mage. Oh, nice
they found
pick!
Light. Won't be able to survive that one. Kara picks up that kill. SOD goes wide to Moreno. The diversion brings them out to harm's way. What a save from Super Friends coming in. They touch and they go. Onic Philippines, they back out. But the power of Onic Philippines is getting that Kelra. There's a specific playstyle that you want to have when you're playing around that Moskov. Moskov having a free farm on that long lane. You don't really need to join in that fight. Just farm up, keep pushing down turrets, getting that split push, and getting the SOD to land, or hope that it lands, and it comes in for the team fight.
Big power spike here, that golden staff right now coming in. King Kong gets the turtle again. Turtle number 3, the red-headed beast taking it down. Now quick rotation, Kirk dropping it in, the jump from Luke.
A little bit too premature for the glorious pathway. Luke pops that Revitalize to keep himself alive just for a little bit. Onic Philippines, they know their extent of their heroes. They know that it's a little bit too early to take this fight.
An ult for an ult. That is still the major objective scored by the M6 World Champions. And luckily, the pickup by Bigetron Alpha. So the robots do have a trade. That top lane tier 1. Just in time for the lane swap. Kelra taken to it, making sure that the waves crashing through will not go in vain. And look at that. The teleportation, the diversion. Who do you bring? That's Light?
Oh, they don't know.
Company.
They don't know.
They don't. This is one of Light's favorite bushes, by the way.
Oh, they're going in. Super Ken starting to trade. He's getting knocked back, but in the middle of the games, okay, they don't want to take this one. Kelra still stuck in that bush. It's
Hello.
1v1. They touch and they go. There's a drive-by. King Kong down the mid side. Takes out Luke.
All right, so you could call that a failed rotation from Bigetron Alpha. They tried. Again, if you have... Oh, look at that! The
Oh, there's a fist crack onto Super Prince. And a little bit more. The Super Ken takes him out the ball game and barely escapes death with the cables. And Onic Philippines, they're scrambling. And this is a very dominant team coming in. And we undermine the power of Bigetron Alpha. Coming to the game 4-4 in the 8-minute mark. This is the close to the late game of the series.
Yeah, we are ramping up. First Lord spawning in the upper quarter of the map. Tier 1 down bottom taken. So yeah, call it a failed rotation from Bigetron Alpha, but they were just setting up. That pickoff right there in mid does definitely signal that Bigetron Alpha's not done. Lord spawning already, and both teams, neither of them want to take this for free because mid lane tier 1 still standing. Is that a scramble in mid?
Yeah, there's a knock up and a push. Where the dragon knocks Luke back. Will not be able to survive this one. The glorious pathway, they're hunkering on to Moreno, but it's not enough. The tower still stands strong enough to save Bigetron Alpha from dealing more harm.
All right, so both teams respecting the space and the engagement range that the other will and should give up. But look at this. The mobility of one Moskov. Bigetron Alphaa has no choice but to send Super Ken. He's the only one really, besides Moreno, who's willing to give the diversion, that can take care of the Filipino Savage.
Yeah, it's a very, very risky play, sending in the Fanny away from that Lord, and now they're starting things up. Super Ken able to get that cables out of the way, just prepping for that Lord dance coming up.
Choros, you see now exactly what we mean by it's not just Kelra you're taking care of.
It is not.
The fact that King Kong has been playing this so slow, so well-paced, so deliberately, he's sitting at 2-0-2. If you check the gold rankings, I bet you he's at 1 or 2, not to mention EXP. Sitting at level 13 against Super Ken.
Skirmish up top side. Super Ken gets a half health. Diversion play goes up top. They want to surprise them from that back line. AOG goes on to cut off any escape routes. And Kirk soaking up so much damage, even with the Glorious Pathway. And Kirk taking everything. That's when he goes wide. No Kelra coming into the battle. And Onic Philippines, no one spawning. A lot of damage coming through. Busco gets a little bit too deep in the bond, showing that damage coming through. Super Friends, no way to run, no way to hide. But a knockup will keep them safe. As King Kong coming in, trying to chase down anyone, but on the bottom side, Kelra just takes down that tier 3 on that bot side.
Ain't nobody watching the gold standard for the past 30 seconds. Churros, you were calling the action up top.
Can't see him.
No one saw him. No one paid attention. And look at this, King Kong walking away. Smooth as a Sigma, taking that Lord all over the map. Onic PH getting wins.
The power of this Cho just putting himself in harm's way. Speaking of which, the Glorious Pathway slows everyone down, and Kirk delaying and buying as much time as possible for the Lord to march down that bot side, sound the horn, sound alarms, and sound the whistle.
Not to
It's a skirmish coming in.
the solo kill.
Yeah.
Kelra solo killed Super Ken. Oh man, look at the synchronized wave. It's Super Ken. Fresh trauma, he backed on top.
There's no way that Super Ken is able to take down Kelra now. He's starting to be that monster gold standard, showing us what's what. Lord marching down, Onic PH, shifting it to high gear. They want to take down at least all the 3. Oh, wait, back out the line with the dash out just in the nick of time to save himself.
All right, Glorious Pathway set in by Kirk. Mid lane's gonna crash. Top lane, the only one standing. Oh, Onic PH, they smell blood.
They smell blood, but AOG knocks down Kirk, but it's the wrong one there. Super Fritz with a strong windstorm to take Luke out of the ball game.
All right, 4-man defense. Luckily, Bigetron Alphaa still has Moreno. Good use of the yin-yang stacks. Can push back Onic PH, holding on. Light could catch a softie. Eman hasn't died, so I guess that is one light. No pun intended. One hope that Bigetron Alphaa can still defend.
Yeah. Onic Philippines, they're coming in. Kirk taking a lot more damage. Glorious Pathway keeps himself safe for just a little bit, but it looks like a barren wasteland as Onic Philippines pilgering in to Bigetron Alpha's base. It's Bigetron Alpha scrambling to defend and clear up the last of the minion waves. Onic Philippines, they back off. They know what they came here for. No more T3s, but Super Friends in the chase. You don't see Kelra there. It's going for the back line. Kelra getting down low. Gets knocked down to 1. Fistcrack takes him out. And Moreno takes down that kill. AOG and onto the back line. They want to go for Super Friends next. They don't have Kelra. They need to run for the hills. They're chasing it. They're strong. But Bigetron Alpha, they touch and they go. It's a drive-by. Taking out Kelra is the biggest saving grace for BTR.
Truth be told, not much of a shutdown goal there, but the fact is, Kelra put himself in a position where he can get punished, and Bigetron Alphaa made sure that that was not gonna stand. Former teammate in Etumax knew Kelra's tendencies. He knew that Kelra was willing to do that and taught his boys, hey, watch for these little bushes. Even as a Moskov ahead of the opponents, you can catch him there. So this should slow down Onyx onslaught. This should slow down the 4K gold lead. Lord spawning in the lower quarter. Bigetron Alphaa now looking to Eman. Hey man, how long until the DHS? How long until, you know, whatever is going to supplement this trinity of the Hosclaws, Malefic God. Oh, there it is.
They're gonna win on nature.
He needs to defend against Kelra, so this is how much they respect the gold standard.
It's a very, very tough fight, but I think Onic Philippines, what they want to do, they have very high mobility synergies coming in from the entirety of Onic PH. Any one point of time, if Bigetron Alphaa leaves that long lane open, Onic Philippines is going to take control of that, push in, and get that steal from that base. The Lord is just a bait as of this moment.
Yep, we've seen Onic PH do this over and
Countless
over
times,
and
Neil.
over again. Oh, look, we're gonna dance. Oh, look, we're gonna dance. Psych, we're taking the game. So at 14 minutes, this is ripe for the taking. 3,000 gold. Onic PH makes us look like 10K. So Bigetron Alphaa, luckily, they have the tools to address this type of chicanery. All right, they do have the Luyi, the diversion to send them back. Super Ken, very mobile. So we're seeing Super Ken here for the first time in a while actually crossing the river. So he will slowly now open up the map for Bigetron Alphaa and allow for, I don't know if I'm going to be as hopeful as to get a steal, but maybe a pickoff, a shutdown, and maybe, oh, what's this? Diversion into that
Lord
small
of the Third
bush.
Lord gets reset. The concealed play from Brusco won't amount up to anything. Super Prince tries his best to reach that backside, but Goku's at the back of light. He wants to push it in. He gets onto Brusco. Lord in a 10th Super Ken steals the Lord away from under the hands of King Kong. And all the Philippines are scrambling. They want to fight for more. Iman goes down. But they're ramping up that tempo. They're ramping up the aggression. Brusco trying to push Luke away.
Oh!
As Kelra, he's the only one coming in, striking Moreno, taking him to his grave. And Kelra takes it down. All of it stands away from them. And the base is the Lord in the way.
Ryan Churros! It happened again! They baited the Lord for a 4-man pickoff! They can't defend! They can't defend!
They have no one else. And Onic Philippines showing us that dominant performance to kick off the series of the game between BTR and Onic. What a show.
Husky, were you watching Kelra? Did you see what he was doing?